Welcome everybody to Van Dyne Gym. My name is Mike Melanconico. You are watching some wrestling today. The Stanford Cardinals coming down to Southern California to take on the Cbu Lancers. We'll get started at 125 pounds. All that and more coming up. Just a minute. Don't go anywhere, folks. All right, folks, captains are coming out. We're going to get this thing started. Check that, folks. Looks like we're starting at 157. I apologize. So it'll be 57 to heavyweight and then 125 to 49. So starting us off is going to be Daniel Cardenas for Stanford and Drayden Morton for the Cbu Lancers.
And for your Lancers, a redshirt junior from St. Paris, Ohio, Cooper Shaw.
All right, folks. Underway here at 157 pounds. Drayden Morton. Drayden Morton's defense is really, really good. He's scrambly once you get to a leg. Cardenas, pretty high offensive output. And you're seeing that there. Even a fake leg attack can be re-attacked. So Cardenas wasting no time trying to get to those legs. Elbow control on the right. Switches that to a collar tie. Almost snap. I think that is, he's got a chin and an underhook. Morton does a great job holding on the elbow. And to the 2-on-1. Morton probably going to have to get on some type of offense. Keep the referee off his back. Single leg here by Cardenas. Good stuff by Morton, but out the back, nope. Into a Turk situation. We're close to neutral danger, but he hasn't broken the plane yet. If he gets that right arm through, he'll be in good shape. Morton hanging on with a crotch lock, rolls it all the way the heck through, and now he's in neutral danger. And a takedown is awarded, possibly more. 1 count, 2 count, 3, and 3 will be all he gets. So good golly, that stepped over Seeger is a son of a gun. And Cardenas is getting to work here at 157, really putting the screws to him, especially from the top position. Great transition wrestling, by the way, to go right from that takedown directly to that step over Seeger. I mean, I'm not even sure how he's holding that in the leg there at this point. And he's got a headlock. Down under a minute to go, and Cardenas lifting the head, close to a fall. He gets it. So Daniel Cardenas starts the dual meet off with a fall for the Stanford Cardinal. And we're going to get a look at Hunter Garvin here at 165 pounds.
And for your Lancers, a senior from Moreno Valley, California, Gabe Shaw.
So it's going to be Gabe Shum that comes out for the Lancers. He'll be taking on Hunter Garvin. And we're about ready to get busy here. Man, that is it. Shows that he's ready. He's got a caution. The match hadn't even started yet. Pretty impressive. Hunter Garvin's ready. 2-on-1 for Garvin. That is we see him wrap that top arm over. See a lot of Greco guys do it. Hunter Garvin, I believe, has made a Greco team in his past, a youth level, of course. And now Gabe Shum trying to pull him into short offense. Two-on-one, duck under attempt by Shum. And, I mean, hands weren't closed, so it's still legal. I heard the Lancer bench saying that he's going across the throat. You can go across the throat, you just can't lock your hands there. There's a attempt at an assassin, and he's going to chase, and try and do it again. And looks like they're going to maybe stalemate this. He's got a leg now. Cradles him up. He is real good from this position. That's a takedown, plus he's starting to work towards back points, but he's back on a knee is Shum. If he can get him to a hip, he's in good shape, or if he can bring that leg all the way the heck out and roll through. Driving it over, back over the top, rolls it through. He's getting at least one, I believe, no back points. Yeah, so they waved off the second count. Knee goes over. Ain't a good place to be for Shum. Under a minute now. Hands are locked. I got to tell you, I realize that it doesn't look like much, but just hanging on to that cradle for as long as he has builds up so much lactic acid in your forearms. Shum gets set in the bottom position. Garvin on top, switches over to the other side. Goes claw ride on the right. And kicks him with 37 seconds left to go. So 1:02 of riding time built up for Garvin. Snap down there towards the edge for Garvin. Shum makes contact with his foot in the center. Garvin going back to that 2-on-1 baseball grip this time. Shum gets choice, defers. Garvin chooses down. So 3-1, the score with 1:02 of riding time built up in favor of Hunter Garvin. Switch position, stands back, gets to a sit now. Switch again, no go. Good tight waist there for Shum. Goes inside chop and then to a claw ride. And I'd be cognizant of that position too. Garvin's no stranger to overties. Wrap tie now with a thumb block for Garvin. Fairly defensive tie. Now he starts bringing that 2-on-1 back off. Shum wants no part of it. Can't really blame him either. There's that 2-on-1, and Shum kind of takes like a half-hearted leg attack, and not so much to even get to the legs, more to just get rid of that 2-on-1. There's a single leg, drag to the far lat. And chest-to-chest position, goes into a front headlock. And this is the position that Garvin scored from last time. There's short time on the clock, though. Down under 15. So 5 seconds left. And that should do it for the second. So Hunter Garvin will take a 4-1 lead into third period. So I believe the riding time's wrong. They fixed it. So Garvin is just about at a minute right now. So he cuts him. Score is 4-2 now with riding time in favor of Garvin. It's a pretty crafty move there by Garvin. Single leg stab for Garvin. There's another single leg. Collects that second leg, and another takedown for Hunter Garvin. And again, one of the things that you're seeing Stanford do real well is go transition from takedown to at least breakdown, if not turn. You saw it in the first match at 157. Cardenas went directly from that scramble into that step over Seeger. Back to that baseball grip 2-on-1 for Garvin. High crotch temp and can't quite secure the leg. And re-attack is good for Hunter Garvin. He was waved off. Now he's got it. Score is 10-3 with 10 seconds left. It's effectively 11-3 with the riding time. And so that would give Garvin a major. And it does. So Hunter Garvin picks up more bonus points for Stanford. And we will move right along to 174 pounds.
And for your Lancers, the red shirts up for Clovis, California, Mason Espinoza.
174 pounds coming at you. It's going to be Colin Guffey for Stanford against Mason Espinoza for the Lancers. Guffey looks every bit 174 pounds. He is a tall drink of water. Elbow pass for Guffey. Espinoza fakes out a leg. There's a little level change to go with it. Single leg into a front headlock now. Espinoza trying to collect the elbow. Guffey trying to do the same thing on the other side. Espinoza switches it to a chin and hook. Guffey thinks about going to a kind of a dump position. Couldn't quite get to it. And referee blows it dead, so we'll go back to the center. Still no score. A little bit more than the minute wound down here in the first. Single leg again for Guffey. Gets stuck back in that short offense position again. So 2-on-1 now for Espinoza. He gets pulled into short offense. Switches to a single leg, does Guffey. Can't get two hands on it though. About a minute left here in the first period. .30 seconds left. Underhook now for Espinoza. Guffey, thigh prize. And they're going to give an action call there. That's fair. Probably won't get another one in the same situation if I had to guess. That is a tough call for an official to make. You know, both guys are at least stabbing it. Like there's a single leg attempt for Espinoza. So Guffey's choice, he'll defer. Espinoza chooses down. Guffey set on the goofy-footed side, switches back and then back to conventional and then switches it back to the right. Goes into a claw ride. 2-on-1 now for Guffey. Looking at hazard tilt. And believe he has a Blair ride, an inside wrist with his right. Now he switched it to a boot in. We've gone through about 6 to 7 different breakdown combinations here in the opening 30 seconds of the second period. So if you like top wrestling, you are entertained. Guffey takes the boot out, and now he has a hammerlock out. Boot goes in, and great job by Espinoza clearing out of that position and into a reversal. Lift and almost return. Pretty good though. It's not easy getting somebody a foot taller than you off the mat, but he does. Mat return successful that time. And boot goes in. I'm not sure Espinoza really wants to be here. So we're down under 30 here. So the riding time is at 30 seconds, still in favor of Guffey. Espinoza keeping a toe inbound. And eventually they go out with 7 seconds left to go. So a reversal and ride out is a big deal here for Espinoza. Tight waist for Espinoza. Short time on the clock, drops down to a leg, and gets a great backside double leg return towards the edge of the mat and towards the end of the period. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the CBU bench, but they're imploring their athlete to keep him down. So 2-0 is the score. 8 seconds of riding time built up so far for Espinoza. And lift, return, great job. Not only, so again, I know that it just looks like a regular mat return, and it is, but I guess what I'm trying to say is one of the things that Espinoza is doing extremely well is he's finding a way on those mat returns to get his opponent to their belly. Why is that important? It just buys him an extra, 10 seconds more on top. And when you're looking for when you got a 2-0 lead and 15 seconds of riding time, those 10 seconds mean a ton. Tight waist, thigh pry, and sag return into a lift right to his belly. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds to get back to a base. And again, back to his belly. That great top wrestling by the young man from CBU. Excellent work. Tying up those hands when he can. Again, it's not just the lift and return. One of the things that he's doing before that lift and return is pulling backwards, sagging on the legs, sagging on the hips, setting up that lift and return. Excellent job by Espinoza on top. There, nice breakdown. You got to know, just like the CBU coaching staff knows, every time he gets Guffey back down to his belly, it is a big win, or at least it's getting closer to a win. And Guffey has a hand isolated and finally gets himself freed. Now, 35 seconds left. Guffey's going to have to get on his horse. Single leg into a double, back to a single. Good defense into a single leg now for Espinoza. Guffey's decent in this position. Out the back door comes Espinoza. Pops his head to the kind of outside, sort of, I guess. And this position does not favor Espinoza at all. 1,000. No score yet. Now he's got no score. Wow. So the official's going to look at it. The official wants to take a look at it. It was darn close. I would not be surprised if that wound up a takedown. I guess the official's not going to look at it. No brick by the Stanford bench, so we'll move along to 184 pounds. Excellent work on top by Espinoza. Don't want it to be overshadowed by that late shot by Guffey. That was fantastic work from the top position.
For your lancers, a freshman from Omaha, Nebraska, Elias Meyer.
All right, folks, we got Abraham Wojciechowicz. He's going to be taking on Adonis Bonar. Wojciechowicz peeling that collar tie off. Nice little level change for Bonar into an underhook now. Wojciechowicz does a good job of limp arming out of it. Double leg from space. Wojciechowicz has a underhook, and I believe he's hunting for a chin right now. And trying to use that underhook to pull himself closer to the leg. Bonar doing a good job of keeping that head in the way. Single leg for Wojciechowicz. Can't get his hands locked on it. You see Bonar doing a good job controlling the left hand. Team scores 10-3. Oh, there's a nice little inside, kind of an inside single leg, head inside, excuse me. And Wojciechowicz bit so hard on it, and he almost got a takedown against him, and Bonar started going behind. Single leg, re-attack, no go. As I was saying, team score is 10-3 in favor of Stanford. Snap down and action call towards the edge. High crotch attempt into a double. Big finish there for Wojciechowicz. And he'll get to work on top. Half Nelson on the right-hand side. Back to that tight waist. Switches it to the half on the right. Back to the inside wrist. Boot goes in on the right, and he will start really torquing the heck out of that neck. And he's got it stepped over. That is close to a fall. Fall it is. Wojciechowicz gets the fall in the first period with 25 seconds left to go. And that was some serious top work by the young man from Stanford. There's the high crotch into a double that we saw just a second ago. And double grapes and the fall for Wojciechowicz. We're moving on to 197 pounds. You're going to get me out of here early. Jeez Louise. Brooks Byer is going to go. I'm sorry, Brooke Byers. He's going to go for the Stanford Cardinal. Eli Sheeran in for the CBU Lancers. Now, all that said, you know, we've talked about some of the styles of these athletes. This is a pure kind of dichotomy of styles here. Sheeran, a real good defensive, well, just as I say that, he gets taken down, but a pretty darn good defensive wrestler. And you're going to see a lot more offense out of Brooke Byers. So good hard club with the left hand for Brooke Byers. And walking him down, thinks about an elbow pass. Underhook now for Sheeran. Two hands on the head, pulling him down, tries to get in a short offense to Sheeran. Another 2-on-1 grip into a front headlock here for Sheeran. Back to that hook. Finds himself in this position quite a bit. Goes to an underhook off of a 2-on-1 as defense. See him here a ton. Now, I have seen him throw people from here, albeit it was with his back towards the line. A little less risky. Eli Sheeran, collar tie with the left. Single leg up to a seatbelt position. And Byer goes far knee tap. No score on it. Good whizzer kick, or at least a whizzer down from the position. Sheeran cutting off the mat on him just a little bit. Double leg, and collects it. Can't keep his feet in bounds, so they'll go out of bounds. Back to the center, still 3-1 with about 9 seconds left to go here in the first. Riding time at 20 in favor of Byers. And that'll do it for the first.
At the end of the first period, this way to Stanford 3, Cbu 1.
Sheeran chooses down. And Byers tries to stay heavy. Sheeran gets to his feet now and cuts himself. So score is now 3-2 in favor of Byer. In on a right hand to high crotch, re-attack, in on a leg, can't quite get a hold of it, and now re-attack. And Sheeran still wrestling on the edge, drops his hips down on him. Chest wrap position. Byers probably gonna peek out and winds up a stall call on red for fleeing. And that's another tough one to make, but I think it was a correct call. So, albeit a 1-point lead for Byers, he has provoked a stall call. And Sheeran trying to fight his way to the inside tie. a match like this, finding your tie-up can mean the entire match, right? Sheeran really wants to be on an underhook on his right-hand side. Down under 30 now. Low single. And now Sheeran, like I said, he switches to a half Nelson with his foot, brings him across his back into a takedown now. So Sheeran takes the lead, 5-3. And the riding time's going south. 3 seconds left for the ride out in this period. And he'll get it. So, again, clash of styles. Sheeran real good defensively. Brooke Byers wants to stay on the offense. It bit him once. And good return here for Sheeran. And has a half on the left-hand side. I'm not sure what he has on his right. I can't see. That matters. Claw ride. Rear standing now. Byers is almost out. Roll through. Catches him close to his back. Doesn't get any swipes. And now throws a half. Heck of a job by Eli Sheeran. Not just to hold on to that Granby roll, but to almost get back points and wind up threatening Byers so much that he has to bail on that scramble. There you see Eli Sheeran's back foot. Pulls into a crab ride. Darn close to backs again. And referee might get a little testy here with, there's the stall call. +1 makes it 6-3. Riding time is over a minute now. So 7-3 effectively. A set of 3 back points, 4 back points would be super helpful for the team score if you're Eli Sheeran. 4 back points, mostly because of math. Sheeran is a leech on top. Half Nelson again. It's kind of kept him at bay with just that half and staying heavy on the hips. 13 seconds left to go here. Eli Sheeran trying his best not to give up a reversal. Finish this match on top and bring those Lancers within 10 with 5 matches to go after this one. So the team score is 16-6 right now as we go into heavyweight.
And for your answers, redshirt senior from Oakland, Massachusetts, Tristan Camp.
All right, Tristan Kemp goes for the Lancers. And Jackson Mankowski in there for this Stanford Cardinal. Underhook here for Mankowski. Snap down for Kemp. And clear the tie. Nice little drag attempt there by Kemp. Underhook for Kemp, or at least he tried. There it is again. When it comes to upperweight wrestling, I'd say underhooks are like a good solid underhook is as there's a single leg and drives him closely out of bounds. Action call. When it comes to upperweight wrestling, I would say that a good solid underhook, clean underhook, is just as important a position as a single leg is for, let's say, a 125 pounder. Now, it's not a given that you're going to score, but if you get a clean underhook and you can walk a guy around the mat, you should be able to score at an upper weight level. There's a hook and chest-to-chest position. No score on that one. Underhook again, and do you see what I'm saying? How it becomes, it's an action call, but the importance of the position is just as, the gravity on it is just as much as a single leg for the lightweights. There's a snap down to finish the period. No score. So Kemp chooses down. Mankowski will get set in the top position. Forward pressure for Mankowski. Up to his feet is Kemp. And there's a stall call on Mankowski. Back to a hook. And another stall call within 5 seconds. That is a tough call to make, but he did it. And I don't know that it's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's a tough call to make. Something tells me Kemp's going to want to get back to that underhook. Mankowski wants to keep that collar tie with his left. Mankowski heavy on that head, even as he's clearing the ties. There's that hook again, marching him around the mat. So 2-0 the score on the strength of a escape point plus a stall call. Back to that hook goes Kemp. There's the hook. And he switches his head position on it. Loses it. And that'll do it for the second. Neutral is the call from Mankowski. I get that. Makes sense. Snap down attempt again for, for Kemp. And those level changes got Mankowski on his roller skates there. There's a shot attempt for Mankowski and comes up lame on that left shoulder. It's a lot of weight crashing down on a shoulder. No fun. And they're back chest to chest, and then they bail on the situation. Down under a minute now, still 2-0. Mankowski really favoring that left shoulder. Down under 30 now. There's a stab at a leg. I assume the pace will pick up here in the last 30 seconds of the match. Nice job by Kemp to kind of pivot back into bounds and put his butt towards the center. 10 seconds left. Takedown would win it. Re-attack for Kemp has no real interest in scoring. There's another stall call for his trouble. Great job by Kemp controlling those ties. Again, in matches like that, the ties become just as important as leg attacks for the lighter guys. 125 pounds coming up now, folks.
And for your Lancers, redshirt junior from St. Mary's, Ohio, Cooper Shaw.
125 coming at you. Edwin Sierra from Stanford. He'll be going against Cooper Shore from CBU. Underhook now for Shore. Snap down into a little bit of a go behind. Shore, probably the stronger of the two. I would say Edwin's, I'm certain he's the faster of the two. Edwin's one of the fastest guys on matted surface, as far as I'm concerned. And when he snaps that over tie, he gets to that angle so darn fast. And looks like Shore's bleeding a little bit, so they'll get that cleaned up and we'll get back at you. Back to action we go. Cooper Shore, Edwin Sierra. 2-on-1 now for sure, into a nice little foot sweep. Nice stab at a leg for Cooper Shore. Shore is trying his darndest to keep this in a phone booth. Edwin's got to create a little bit of space and snap down with straighter arms. The closer he gets, the easier it is for Shore to tie him up. Nice little jab step snap down for Sierra. There's that snap down again from the overtie. Level change this time for Shore. Sierra respects it, drops down to a knee, stabs at a foot himself. 28 seconds left here in the first period. And the faster this pace gets, the more it's going to favor Sierra. Underhook throw by. Collar tie and an underhook now for Shore. He snaps out of the position. And that'll do it for the first 0-0. Yep. It's a nice job with the return and suck back and escape for Cooper Shore within 10 seconds. So only 7 seconds of riding time built up there for Sierra. Nice shot in there by Sierra, ducks under the leg, comes out the back. He will sit to his butt. Cooper Shore doing a good job of keeping at least one leg wrapped up. Sierra's probably going to want to face his behind towards the center and try and get some neutral danger. Gets to his knees now, straightens the leg. He wants to step over with it, but Cooper Shore doing a good job of keeping that left leg bent up. They're head to toe now. Stalemate. Back to the center we go. 1-0 the score in favor of Cooper Shore, and he is bleeding again. There you see training staff tending to Cooper Shore. All right, back to it. About a minute left here. Single leg attempt there by Sierra. Double leg, catches one, head wheels. Sierra sits him to his butt, collects the 3 points. Great shot from space. And now Sierra's going to get to work on top again. He rolls himself out of bounds. Back to the center we go. 11 seconds left to go here in the second period. Score is now 3-1 in favor of Sierra. Riding time only at 18 seconds. Nice little Molinaro trip for Sierra. And excellent work on the ride out. Not easy for a true freshman to do that. You know, there's a lot of nerves that go into a dual meet, especially as a true freshman. Even getting a 11-second ride out in the second, saving yourself a point is a big deal. Sierra makes his way to his feet, rear standing position. And nice job on the re-attack. No score on the escape, so it's going to be a reversal, if anything, or just an escape. Great job chain wrestling there by Sierra. Score should be 4-1. Underhook here for Cooper Shore. Let's see if Sierra's, oh, there's a shot from space. Re-attack attempt. Let's see if Sierra has a beat on those hands now. Because you're seeing, as the match winds down, Cooper Shore getting a little bit more aggressive with his hands. There's a shot from space and stuffed by Edwin Sierra. Sierra thought about throwing a leg in. Couldn't quite get it. So back to neutral. 39 seconds left to go. Score is 7-2. And they're going to call stall call on Sierra. Single leg now for Sierra, out the back. This would be a major because the riding time is 24 seconds. Shelves it. And Sierra trips and catches the second leg for a takedown and an 8-point lead. So 10-2 so far. He's got to hold him down for 2-1, and he does. Good work towards the end of the match there for Edwin Sierra. Pushing for the major.
Moving into the 133-pound weight class from Stanford, Adam Matten. And for your Lancers, a redshirt freshman from Morenville, California, currently ranked number 28th in the nation, Remy Murillo.
All right, folks, 133 pounds coming at you. Adam Matten for Stanford. He'll be taking on Remy Murillo. And Murillo doesn't even let me get his name out. He has a boot in and 3 points on a takedown. Switch position, back towards the center. We shall go 3-0 within the first 15 seconds. Murillo wasting zero time. Cuts him. Just me or Stanford looked big, like across the board. I mean, they don't look sucked out either. Slide by attempt for Matten. High crotch with the left hand. Elbow control. Short offense position here for Murillo. And throw by into a re-attack. Matten almost steps him over. They go out of bounds. High crotch, beautiful left hand high crotch. Good position, and now he comes out the back, ducks his head underneath. Murillo going crotch lock, trying to bring him over. Head switches back towards the outside, shelves it on the near hip, just like you're supposed to. Should have a left hand on the knee, there it is, and collects one leg, still can't get the other. Great job prolonging the scramble here for Murillo. And this is a heck of a lot of action for the first half of the first period, folks. Back to the center we go, still 3-1. Single leg here for Murillo. Out the back, switches to the other leg, steps over it, plenty of time, 1:09 on the clock. It's at 90 degrees, hasn't broken the plane yet. And I'll let you know when there's a danger one, danger two, no score, only a 2 count. Danger one, just one. And now Murillo fighting to keep that heavy, that front leg heavy. And that's 3. So 3 is awarded with about 33 seconds left. You got to think that Murillo's going to want to have a ride out here. He's going, I thought we were back in 7th grade. He was going bulldog. Thigh pry on the lift and return for Murillo so as not to lock his hands. 8 seconds left. Excellent top work here for the Lancers across the board. And caution goes against Matten. That's his first one. Good spiral ride. Inside chop, switches it to the far elbow, and that'll be the period. Murillo chooses down. Good little motion there by Murillo. Matten trying to stay heavy on the head and chest. And frees himself, does Murillo. Single leg for Matten right on the edge. And Matten trying to navigate his way through a Iranian position right on the edge of the mat. He's not in, now he has a second leg, but his head's buried. Circles off to the side. He's got to pop his head out. He has a 3 is awarded. So Coach Derek Moore asking ever so politely if the official would like to take a look at the fact that he just called the takedown with the head on the inside. I believe they called that the Logan Stieber rule. Nice switch position into a high crotch. Rear standing is a reversal. And stalling Green. I mean, if he didn't think that was an attempt, he's never tried to lift somebody. Nice job on the down block there for Murillo. Stalemate call. 31 seconds left to go. Riding time in favor of Murillo, but only by 14 seconds, so it's not a factor yet. High crotch attempt, gets the arm caught, lifts the leg. Matten trying to stuff Murillo. 17 seconds left to go. Matten has a better angle on it. He goes bundle on him and catches a quick takedown at the end of the second period to bring it up to 9-8. And 9 seconds of riding time built up for Murillo. And one would think Murillo will commit to this ride if he can catch a minute of riding time and escape. Would still not give Matten the lead, or excuse me, still not tie Matten up. And he does not commit to the ride. So, score is 9-9. Slide by attempt for Matten. Over tie, single leg now for Murillo. He's out the back again, he steps over now. I will keep an eye on the official if you can't see him as he calls danger. And starts reaching for the head, does Murillo. 1,000, 2, no score yet. It's not past 90, and back to the exact same position that he wound up in before. That's a takedown, or at least it was last period, and it is this period. So Murillo scores a takedown with about a minute left to go here in regulation, bringing the score to 12-9, and the riding time is only at 30 seconds. So with 51 seconds left to go, he does have a chance to lock up some riding time. Spiral ride for Remy. 30 seconds left to go here. Steps over and anchors the leg. He's got his hands locked, but he's not around the knee, he's around the crotch, so. Another return there for Murillo. And clock is winding down. Murillo going for broke here towards the end, and a stall call, 1 red. There's an escape towards the end for Matten, but it's too little too late, so Remy Murillo will pick up another 3 points for the Lancers.
Moving up to the 141-pound weight class from Stanford, Jack Consiglio.
141 coming at you here. We got a good one coming up here, folks. Consiglio against Vasquez. Vasquez, a transfer from ASU. And, you know, coming out of high school, Jesse Vasquez was as highly recruited as one gets. His college career, however, has a nice little snap down there for Vasquez. His college career, however, has been riddled with injuries. Nice little foot sweep, and still no score. But don't kid yourself, this kid can wrestle. Steps over, knee down, no score yet. And we got tons of action here first, in the first 30 seconds of this match. Leg up on the weird side. He's going to have to go right hand, left foot, I would think. He goes right foot into an inside trip, splits the middle. Great job by Jesse Vasquez dealing with the fact that Consiglio really was hanging on to that right hand of his, not letting him use it. Vasquez cuts him and scores 3-1. So Jesse Vasquez, who, again, when he is healthy, he is as good as just about anyone in the country. Coach Derek Moore taking a chance on him on his 5th year down here in Riverside. Go behind again for Vasquez. Snap down from a 2-on-1. Vasquez dancing a little bit on the outside, give his lower back and hamstrings a rest. Consiglio pawing, trying to catch Vasquez reaching, I would assume. Maybe just trying to close the distance. Re-attack for Vasquez is super fast. And if he goes back to that right foot on the inside trip, I'd be thoroughly impressed. And he does, and he brings him to his back. Vasquez has Consiglio on his back, splits the middle. He's going to go claw ride, I think. He's got to keep his knees high so that Consiglio can't scissor his legs through. And he's just going to try and rip that thing off. Yikes. Golly, I'd be in traction for a week. So Vasquez builds upon his lead, brings it up to 6-1. Consiglio chooses top. I like it. Go where you're good. Automatic bottom is not a thing. Little switch position there for Vasquez. Consiglio throws a boot in. And boots go in, and the second one in. There is a hard ride for Consiglio. Gets him flat, and my goodness, that is a for real power half. He ripped that thing up to the ceiling. Consiglio just taking everything away from Vasquez, and he has got a full set of backs, looking for more. +4 for Consiglio. Boot in, half Nelson, 6-4. We got a match, folks. Boot comes in, and that is a problem for Vasquez. Consiglio breaks him all the way down to his belly. If you like top wrestling, you gotta love this action. There is a serious half Nelson again. Power half for Consiglio. Gets a 1-2 count at least. Brings it up to 7-6, excuse me. So 30 seconds left here in the, that looks like a full, but it's not. It's not. It might be. It is. Oh, they called it potentially. Good Lord. I think the official missed that one. I could be wrong. as he got up off of that position when the whistle blew, it looked like he had a full Nelson. Again, I'm well into my 70s, so my eyes aren't what they used to be. Half Nelson again, looking for more swipes, and at least a 2 count for Consiglio. All right, Vasquez's choice. If he chooses bottom, he's a crazy person. So we're gonna go neutral position. He goes, Coach, I'm going neutral. I don't know if you saw that last period. I believe we have. No. So the Stanford bench is saying that Consiglio deferred to Vasquez. Vasquez chose bottom. I don't think that that's the truth. So neutral is the call, and it is a wise one from Jesse Vasquez. There's a chin and hook position into a single leg for Vasquez. Tries to hang on to a cradle, can't quite do it. Roll through here for Consiglio, makes things interesting. And high hips win this. And we're looking for backs. Still has a wizard. Great scramble here to start the third. Consiglio's got to get his left knee behind the foot. Boot comes in, score for Consiglio. And he will get back to work on top. Banana split position. Nobody wants that. Oh, he's going full guillotine. Oh, that is mean. You see him push down on the knee there, folks? That is a well-seasoned top wrestler. Ripping that arm back, and he's bringing him back for some more back points. Unreal. Sean Gray in the corner for the Stanford Cardinal. Likes what he's seeing. I don't know that there was a better top wrestler in his day than Sean Gray. And score is 19-7 now. So after jumping out to a 6-1 lead in the first, Jesse Vasquez finds himself in a hole, and that'll do it.
Your winner, the 145 weight class from Stanford, Jack Consiglio.
So Consiglio picks up the major for Stanford, and we'll get a look at one of the biggest topics of conversation in NCAA wrestling over the last couple weeks has been the man that you're about to see, Aiden Valencia. He'll be taking on Paul Kelly here from Cbu. And I say that Valencia has been the topic of conversation mostly because in this first outing against UVU, he was up by a couple and got pinned in a headlock. And then he goes out there and against Oklahoma State and puts it on Swiderski, who was ranked number 2 in the country. Now, you can call it a fluke, but I don't believe too much in flukes. So there's a single leg and shelf for Valencia. Nice switch position there by Paul Kelly. Holy cow. Houdini'd his way out of that one, at least for now. Boot goes in, and Valencia catches it. The leg's hooked, but if Valencia pops his head out, he has got a takedown. No, I lied. Now he does. So a takedown for Aiden Valencia. And I think, again, you know, talking about Vasquez earlier, and Valencia was just as highly touted coming out of California. You know, I guess the moral of the story is that everyone in the NCAA is dangerous from position. So you can call that headlock a fluke, and maybe it was, but there is a modicum of respect that you have to have for some of those positions and some of those teams that you think might be an off night, but they're not. So Valencia has a hammerlock out. Paul Kelly trying his best to build himself back up to a base. Bar now on the right-hand side. Half Nelson on the left. And yikes, that's looking tight. Paul Kelly's just made a rubber. Nice little single leg into a single leg for Valencia. He sits out the back door, looking for danger. Only a 1 count on neutral danger. Valencia climbing the leg and gets himself another takedown. So 6-1 now for Valencia. Blair ride on the right-hand side. Half Nelson on the left. Valencia scooping that ankle. And down around 15 seconds left here in the first period. Valencia ahead by 5. And into a tilt position here quickly as time runs out. No score on it. Red chooses down. Nope, neutral is what he chooses, sorry. Nice little re-attack off of the snap down. And Valencia doesn't have a boot in yet, so they're going to keep it neutral. And there's the takedown. So Valencia is starting to open things up. 9-1 right now. There's an escape and another takedown for Valencia. 12-1, 12-2, pardon me. So Valencia really starting to open things up now. Into a tilt position. A full set makes it 16-2. And that should about do it, folks. So Aiden Valencia picks up the tech fall here in the second period with 54 seconds left to go. And that should about do it, folks. So the final score winds up being 29-12 in favor of Stanford. From everyone here at Van Dyne in Riverside, California, my name is Mike Melanconico. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next time. See ya.